Welcome to Epictales universe, where ancient voices rise again, where myths and legends still breathe, and where stories guide us through the corridors of time. If you believe that a sword is never only steel, but a symbol of courage, honor, and fate, then you are in the right place. Like, share, and subscribe as we draw forth one of the greatest tales ever told, the story of Excalibur. They called it the Sword of Arthur, the weapon of destiny, a blade not made only for battle, but for kingship, justice, and legend. Excalibur is not merely a weapon. It is a promise. It is the light of Britain, the test of worthiness, and the eternal dream of a land united under a true king. The story of Excalibur, like all great legends, comes in many forms. Some say it was the sword in the stone, planted there by magic, waiting for the hand that was destined to wield it. Others say it was given by the Lady of the Lake, shimmering beneath the waters, offered to Arthur as a gift of divine power. Perhaps it was both. Perhaps it is the story that matters most. Let us begin with the stone. When Britain was in chaos, without a king, without unity, a miracle appeared in the heart of London. A block of stone stood before the people, and driven into it was a sword. Upon the sword were inscribed words that told all who could read, "Whoso pulleth this sword from this stone is rightwise king born of all England." Many tried, noble lords, mighty warriors, even kings from other lands. But the sword would not move. Then came Arthur, a boy not yet crowned, raised by Sir Ector, unaware of his true lineage. In need of a sword for his foster brother, Sir Kay, Arthur approached the stone. Without pride, without ambition, he laid his hand upon the hilt, and with ease he drew it forth. In that moment, destiny revealed itself. The boy was the true king, chosen not by birth alone but by fate. But this sword, some say, was not Excalibur. For in later battles, Arthur's blade shattered. And so, in his hour of need, he was led to a lake, its waters calm and endless. There, from beneath the surface, a hand rose. A woman appeared, the Lady of the Lake, a figure both mysterious and divine. She offered to Arthur a new blade, Excalibur. Excalibur was not like any other sword. Its blade gleamed with light, so bright it dazzled. It was said that no steel could break it, no weapon could withstand it. The scabbard, too, held power, for while Arthur wore it, no wound could strike him fatally. The sword was strength, but the scabbard was protection. The two together made him untouchable. With Excalibur in hand, Arthur became not just a warrior, but a king. He united the land, bringing together knights of valor, building the round table where all would sit as equals. He defended Britain against invaders, upheld justice, and became the living image of the true king. Wherever he rode, Excalibur shone as a beacon of hope. Yet, like all gifts of power, Excalibur came with tests. For power alone does not make a king. It is the heart behind the hand. Arthur faced betrayal, war, and sorrow. He watched as his kingdom, built with such promise, began to fracture under human weakness and pride. Even Excalibur could not stop destiny. When the final battle came at Camelot, Arthur faced Mordred, his own blood, in a clash that shook the land. Both struck mortal blows. And as Arthur lay dying, he remembered the Lady of the Lake. He knew Excalibur was not his to keep. He called upon Sir Bedivere, his loyal knight, and commanded him to return the sword to the waters. Twice Bedivere faltered, unable to cast away such a treasure. But at last he obeyed. He hurled Excalibur into the lake, and once again, a hand rose from the waters, caught the hilt, and drew it beneath the surface. The sword returned to its keeper. Arthur was carried away to Avalon, the isle beyond time, where he waits still. Excalibur's story did not end there, for in the centuries that followed, poets, bards, and dreamers told the tale again and again. Some called Excalibur the sword of kingship, others the blade of divine right. Some linked it to older myths of magical weapons, Irish blades of light, Norse swords that never broke. Some saw it as a symbol of justice itself, sharp and shining. And always it carried a promise, that Arthur would return, and with him Excalibur, when Britain needed them most. The story of Excalibur is not only the story of a sword. It is the story of leadership, of the bond between a king and his people. It is the story of the light that guides through darkness, the reminder that true power is not strength of arm, but strength of spirit. In Excalibur, we see our longing for heroes who lead with honor. In the Lady of the Lake, we see the mystery of gifts beyond our world. In the sword's return to the waters, we see the truth that power is never truly ours to hold. It is always entrusted, always passing on to the next hand. Even today, Excalibur gleams in our imagination. It shines in books, in films, in stories whispered to children. It is echoed in every tale where the worthy alone can wield the weapon of destiny. And it reminds us that legends never die. They wait, like Arthur and Avalon, until the world is ready to believe again. Thank you for joining us today in Epic Tales Universe, where myths live and breathe, and where the old stories still guide the new. If you enjoyed this tale of Excalibur, the Sword of Destiny, please like this video, share it with those who love legends, and subscribe for daily journeys into the mysteries of our past. Because Excalibur still gleams, not in stone, nor in lake, but in every heart that believes in the power of a true king.